So what was Kelce like when you first got to the Chiefs? Mitchell, did you arrive at the same time? Did you beat him to the team yet?
No, he was there a few years before me.
Okay. Right.
So he was kind of established. So I walked in there and, he was Travis Kelce, and he's the same guy. I'll credit him and Pat. Their lives have changed tremendously over the last decade. Obviously, Travis is this year in a different way, and they're still the same guys. They're incredible people. They don't think of themselves as better than you, or there's people beneath them or things like that. Like, they're always, more than happy to share their time. I don't know if you asked Rishi about it or he talked about it, but Travis is a mentor throughout the course of the season, and, taking him under his wing early in the season and trying to get him up to speed. So those guys haven't changed at all. Travis blew me away with his mental ability to conceptualize football and to see everything on the field. And I think until he met his match in Pat and the way they see the game and the way they're able to free flow, we knew how good Travis was, but we didn't necessarily know how special he was from a mental perspective. But, I can remember in walkthroughs, Travis and I kind of talking, making jokes, and the quarterback's kind of calling the play. Travis isn't really listening. He's off in a different world, but he's still able to hear enough of it and get to the line and know what to do and just feel out football where, most guys can't be somewhat distracted and also hear a play call and know where to go and the shift and the motion and the routes and all that stuff. But he has such a brilliant football mind. That was the thing that I really took to when I first got to know him and I first got to see him, is just how easily he sees football, the space. He's just kind of on a savant level in terms of taking it all in and knowing where to go.
Is that why he's so wide open all the time? I'm serious, because the number of people that I've asked the question to, can you explain to me how Travis Kelce is always open? Because there's no doubt defensive coordinators, linebackers, safeties, everybody is circling 87 before they play the Chiefs. And 11 targets, he caught all of them. I mean, the number of times that he's, I know the Spanos has owned the Chargers. You could say he does. You know what I mean? So can you explain it to me? Is that what you're alluding to?
Yeah, it's, easier to get open when you don't have to, run where the route says it is on paper. He feels things. He understands space. He knows that if, there's a clip from earlier this year where Pat comes back to the sidelines and he's like, Travis wasn't supposed to do that. He was supposed to break outside, and somehow I knew he wasn't, and I just threw it to him. And it's a touchdown. It's in the back of the end zone. He's supposed to run a corner route, and Pat knows before it happens that Travis isn't going to run the corner. He's going to take it over the middle, and they both adjust at the same time. And unless that clip came out, nobody would know that wasn't the intended route. And these guys are doing this all the time. Travis is like Gumby out there. He's just kind of floppy and moving around and loose, and he finds a void and a seam and he sits down, and he and Pat see the game the same way. It's like they're both in the booth from the top down, seeing all the space unfold. And he just has such an incredible ability to do that. And even from, one of Coach Reid's quotes a few months ago in terms of Rashee Rice and becoming, Mahomes friendly out there, it's that understanding of where guys are, where I need to be relative to maybe what the specific route combination was supposed to be. But if this guy's playing in a certain spot and he feels space, find the space. And that is the definition of what Travis Kelce does. He finds the space.
Well, were you there in the times when Reid kind of needed to calm Kelce down? Were you there at that time before Kelce kind of, for the lack of a better word, matured and became this grown-ass man that's now, by the way, ahead of Jerry Rice in metrics on the playoff stat sheet, career-wise? It's crazy, Mitchell.
Yeah, I didn't realize how close he was to Rice. And Rice is like the revered guy in terms of statistics across the NFL. And the fact that Travis has passed him now and catches and touchdowns is wild. I was there, I'd say, in the middle part of Travis's career. So there was some maturity going on. And I think we've obviously seen he likes to have fun. He likes to be himself. And one of Coach Reid's mantras is show your personality. But you can only show your personality for so much if there's some negative sides to that personality. So there was a maturing, there was an understanding of what he meant to the team, to the franchise, how guys looked up to him. I don't know that maybe in the middle of his career, years 4, 5, and 6, he really understood how much of a leader he was, even if, because the quarterback's always, like the true leader of the team. That's the voice that you hear the most. That's the guy who kind of resonates. And Alex Smith was great at that. Mahomes was obviously fantastic at that. But when you're as successful as Travis is, and when you're as great of a guy and guys look up to you from the, personal and football level, there's a lot on your plate responsibility wise, and guys are seeing how you act. They're seeing, how you are in meetings. Are you paying attention? Are you a guy who likes to nod off? Are you showing up on time? All those little things. And, he did have a little bit of maturing to do, and he's done that exceptionally well, and, turned himself into a pretty awesome guy.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.